Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that John Cena's final WWE match is coming up and then done. Like, done, 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 dun, 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 done. Done. But on his quest to retire on his own terms, Cena hasn't come up against his toughest opponent yet. Saudi money. And let's be honest, if someone threw $30 million at you to have another match with Dwayne Johnson, you'd probably do it. That is not happening in SuperCard though, because the last time is right here, right now. Juan Cena is the man at the very top of this ladder. 83 levels of challenge until you reach the tippity top. And I'm going to give you guys the best guide I possibly can to help you beat this challenge and what you can collect along the way to absolutely guarantee your success. With season 12 coming up, now is the best time to make sure you're subscribed, but also turn your notifications on. There's a lot of you who don't, and you might miss out on some really important information or guides just like this. So make sure your bell is turned on.
What did he say?
That doesn't sound right, but anyway. And whilst you're there, comment down below how many stars you've managed to get in campaign, or if you've got BRON breaking and you've actually finished it, what number did you get? Let us know down below. Now I'm going to be honest with you, if you've done Tarot Tournament and that is the mode that is currently the main focus of SuperCard, and no doubt the Halloween cards will do the same job, you should be relatively fine until you get to around about 50 to 56. So focus on guessing some special edition cards and equipment as that has now dropped before you take on some of this challenge. As always though, 43 to 49 is when you start focusing on individual arrows, and that starts off with right arrows, which there's not a huge amount unless you've completed Mystic Map and got yourself Seth freaking Rollins. Right arrows are not very plentiful, which is a good reason why it's earlier on this time, although Corey Graves will no doubt be a massive assistance and he's currently in last man standing at the moment. These levels are relatively easy and there's only a table match or a power based match, and I say that because tables are not the only support now. If you remember at the end of the last Rarity in SummerSlam, we had the flex with Lex, we had the pipe bomb support. One thing I found out with this map though is you can rely on SummerSlam based supports a lot more than usual, where you have to rely on the top level supports. Don't get me wrong, it really helps you, but you don't have to worry about having the best managers or supports this time. And as we move on to left arrows of stage 50 to 56, I highly recommend that you visit things like the backstage area, which is on WWE SuperCard's website, the Wyatt 6 store, which is available right now, and make sure you're doing your daily streaks, because there are special pieces of equipment which might be free of charge if you've been active on the web store or you've been using redeem codes. Those are also going to be really helpful because there's some really good support and pieces of equipment, especially Dominic Mysterio's Nuggies, as Dominic is one of the special cards which is available in a quest. The good news for you and I is that the left arrows were not tough at all. There are so many left arrow cards, especially in Tarot Tournament, that it really wasn't that difficult. As long as you've got some decent supports and equipment, you should fly by those. The left arrows do have 2 power matches though, where they're using a table, so bear that in mind before you go into those challenges. Hey guys, are you still there? You are? Okay, cool. So, because some of you haven't done the oxygen check, and I need to know you're existing and you are here right now and you're breathing oxygen. And the only way to do that, to let me know and everyone else know, is to hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up button is officially certified with a stamp of approval, the oxygen check button. So make sure you do that. I mean, if you don't, then I can't say the oxygen police are going to be happy. They're just at my door now. Right. Give me a false alarm, it was actually the FBI. Moving on, I want to say a big shout out to Count. He's the man who made this guide. He's usually found in the 2K community Discord or in my Discord, so feel free to come and join that, or in my Twitch stream, so pay him homage. And I'll link the actual spreadsheet that this guide was made from in the comments down below. Things do get a little tougher when you get to the up arrows, which is stage 57 to 63. Again, if you finish Mystic Map or Tarot Tournament, you should be fine. Plus, we have that Brock Lesnar event coming up, so that might help you somewhat. The only real difficulty I had with the up arrows were the ladies. Specifically, unless you've got the right ones, you could have real difficulty here. And this is where I had to start using things like super moves and arrow switches just to get through matches. There are particular stages in this area where there are cards that just don't have the stats you need. So you're going to be reliant on supports or at least a super move for pretty much every level. As far as I'm concerned though, the down arrows are where you have the toughest challenge. As of right now, there is only one down arrow unless again you're lucky enough to get certain cards, that being Devon Dudley. Additional cards you should be looking at getting are Cody Rhodes, who's in the Superstore, Bronson Reed, who's in Boom, and definitely Stardust. For the ladies, you won't really have too many issues because Asuka and Jade Cargill, part of Tarot Tournament, will boss this. Plus, you've got AJ Lee. If you're able to get her event card, then you're gonna easily get through this. It's just the men's cards are a little bit of a pain. For the final set, before we get to the main event of challenges, we've got left arrows. And again, because you've got the likes of JC Mateo, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Undertaker, not to mention Uncle Howdy, you should absolutely boss this. You've also got the Liv Morgan Battle Pass card, and if you got that piece of equipment, you're bossing it. In fact, all the special pieces of equipment are for left arrows, which is kind of crazy. As long as you're bringing a super move to the party, you should be absolutely fine. From 78 to 82, everything goes, which means you get tag bonuses. And as long as you bring the Tarot Tournament cards and meet the Oracle cards, you should be absolutely fine. But our final challenges incoming, and 83 and 84 are mega tough. So buckle up and strap in because the last time is now. Segue. We've got 2 levels to go. I've actually had this ready for a few days now, but I've not had a chance to stream. I always do this on streams. Level 83 requires you to do the following. Round 1, a power match, which is relatively easy to do with any of the cards from Tarot Tournament. Technically, you could do it with a regular Eon card as well, or even special equipment cards for, let's say, SummerSlam, maybe Unhinged. 170,000 stat points. Again, easy for anything that's in Tarot Tournament. The next set of stats, however, we've got a men charisma, which this white 6 piece of equipment is going to smash the other cards out of the water, but you need 441,478. And for the second match, which is the female tag, this is the one I think we're going to need the super move, 410,000. And I don't think there's a combination of 2 women with toughness until at least Nikki Cross comes into the game that can go to those levels. I don't actually think it's physically possible. So we know, first of all, who we're going to use for charisma, and we're going to go to Uncle Howdy, and we are going to put on that White 6 Lantern, which again at the moment is available on SuperCard's web store. That's going to give us 217,000 charisma. We need to find a tag team partner who is a right arrow for the men's, and I couldn't think of anyone better than, well, there is Seth Rollins. Cena would be significantly higher. That is something I did not expect. So Cena would be my number 2 for the first power match. Just for the sheer giggles of it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Undertaker with that crazy piece of equipment. This is the Undertaker's casket, currently available on web store. Whether it is now, I'm not sure, but it's 226,000 stat with that power, which is, yeah, balmy. And we also have the women's, so we need the toughness for the women's. And again, I don't actually know if there's anyone who reaches the toughness levels we need. Asuka and Jordan Grace, although I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty confident we're gonna need to use a super move here regardless. For the supports, we're gonna use Larry. Actually, I'm thinking charisma, so I might go Eric Bischoff, and it is gonna be tough if you've not got the best charisma cards, but you do have the touch grass, which I believe that code still works. I'll have it flash up on the screen now if you haven't done it so far. Or if you're to go toughness wise, you can go the Fireflies instead for the toughness, which is on the White 6 store, because I can try to do it without a super move just to see if it's possible. We'll see. Let's give it a go. What can possibly go wrong? Like Tizay says in the chat, for the science. Okay, so power, easy. Undertaker, his card can't be beaten in any single match with that piece of equipment. It's crazy. So, toughness. We need 410,000. I think we'll do it, you know. It's whether we're tagging enough charisma. I wonder. We need 441. I have doubts. We get a proc, it's possible. We have one proc. What can possibly go wrong? No, it was so close. We were so close. I wonder if we go for instead Randy Rhodes. I'm just doing this for shit and giggles. I can just do a super move now and get it over and done with. Okay, so match number 2. Is this possible? You know what? Maybe. I think we've just done it. It is possible. Well, there we go. We didn't believe. Now we believe. Woo! So we get to save our super move for the final level, and I can tell you this right now, you are going to need it. Because the stats on the final level are eye-watering, as they usually are. You will respect me. Can't respect someone you can't see. You will need, and sit back, because you're going to need 375,000 at least in power in game 1. That is a tag match. The ladies are what comes up next, and you can probably guess what happens now. 478,948 is what you need to be able to comfortably beat the females. So that is going to need John Cena's old battle pass to come into effect here. You can also benefit from Liv Morgan doing the proc because she's SuperCard champion and she's got that crazy piece of equipment, but it's iffy. But the final match is the crazy one. It always is. 705,590. Because the last cards are a CM Punk and a John Cena doing the tag. And also, interestingly enough, Ricky Saints and Cody Rhodes, real life good friends, both coming together. It's a big number. So we're going to need some big stats. Now, there is one piece of equipment that can benefit you, and I will say this if you're lucky enough. And I did go for this. It is a Liv Morgan Jelly Pop, which you may have seen on Raw and on TikTok has happened. If you can get this, campaigns, yeah, done. Or just get the Wyatt's Lantern. If you want an easy campaign, this is, and use it for Nikki Cross when she comes out, and you need to go for backstage for that. So my first idea would be to use the Undertaker. That's the first thing, okay? Then you've got John Cena, but I don't need this John Cena. We're going to need the John Cena from the last rarity, the Battle Pass Cena. And you need him because he's got the ludicrous proc, which I now have this Eon piece of equipment. If you have this card or you have the Liv card, you need a mouth guard with maximum ability. I mean, that is no secret. So this will get you through not just the first game, it'll get you through the second game. 35,000 to power and charisma. Add that in with the Undertaker and you should be good. So I'm going to go for AJ Lee this time, and I may regret this. I'm going to try it out with Blake Monroe, and we're going to put on the Wyatt 6 Lantern on AJ Lee, which takes it to 200,000. That is insane. It's nowhere near enough, by the way. Absolutely nowhere near enough. We're going to have 2 Undertakers to satisfy the power, and the aim is to get John Cena to proc, which will give a 35,000 boost to power and charisma for the entire of the deck, which should carry us over for the men's and the women's matches because of the crazy amounts we need. We can focus pretty much everything on charisma just to get us through that match, and then worry about the last match, which obviously is the big one, where you're gonna need a hell of a lot of power to get us over the finish line. We've got Rowan, that new card from the Wyatt 6, plus the Undertaker. Let's do it. Here it is, the finale itself. We need a proc from Mr. Cena. We need to beat 375,000. In which case, I am going with a second Dead Man and Undertaker. That will get us to 360 without the proc, so we need the proc to get us over the line. You see the proc? Yes, he did. Wow, first time he has procced. He has a 40% proc chance, but that is a huge boost. Huge boost. That gives us 251 and 203. We use the Charisma Touch Grass. That gives us the W with the ladies. Blake and AJ, perfect choice. Which should, if we've done the calculations correctly, fingers crossed, give us a super move at the end with Undertaker, and wow, we are reaching over 850,000 stats. We've done it. The dream team of Eric Rowan and the Undertaker with the super move, and bang. Thank you very much. That is all she wrote. respect. You have my respect. You're damn right I got your respect. I beat the man you can't see. There it is. It is officially Ogre. It's officially Ogre. We have got number 1, the gold tokens, and number 2, BRON Breaker. Number 208. He is gonna be a machine. And as I've been reliably informed, that is 4 campaigns in a row where I've done it. First match, first time. We got lucky with the prop from Cena. Tell you what, Corey Graves would be a good option. Him and Taker together would be a big thing for the last match. If you didn't have Rowan, of course. And there he is, the bad boy himself, fully leveled up. We've got plenty of different images for him. Part of me wished that we got the Halloweens, the one where he had like claws. I personally like that, which was the detention fusion. You've also got this one, which is another favorite of mine. One's where he's got the mask over his face as well from Feral. Well, it does look like he's really struggling to breathe there. It's difficult because one of the things that BRON does, which is a big characteristic, is this. You know, he's a wrecking machine. He's very, very speedy. He's very, very powerful, and he likes to wreck it. So why do we not have a card of him doing the wrecking? So I'm going to go with this one, my personal favorite. Without equipment, he is better than Eric Rowan, and I just got him. So that should probably say it all. And this is the final piece of the Vision, because the Vision took over this rarity. We've got Seth freaking Rollins, which is in Mystic Map. We have Big Bronson Reed, the tribal thief from Boom. And then on the Mystic Mapper, you had Paul Heyman. So the Vision is complete. We have completed a campaign once more. I hope you guys enjoyed it and if the guide benefited you. If you want to see those locker codes that could really help you, seriously, go check them out right over here. Alternatively, go to the most recent video. But I've been JB. You've been awesome. See you in the next one. Later.